Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am D. Tyrone Caliber, and you are catching me on episode 3 of the Ballad of James Caliber here on Starfield. And I know the first two are not necessarily on YouTube yet, but I will put those up momentarily as we get to today's stream. From here on out, all of my gameplay streams will be live on YouTube and ready to go for your viewing pleasure. I am also streaming on Twitch at D Tyrone Caliber. So if you want to catch the first half of the stream, you can slide over to the Purple app. But if you just want to catch the gameplay streams portion of it, it's right here on YouTube. So let's get into the madness. All right, so where were we last time? I think last time we were here. I've been informed by Jeff's legal team that I should neither confirm nor deny those allegations. However, I should also let y'all know about the chicken tenders and vehicle fix combo. What kind of Jiffy Lube nonsense is this? So what you're saying is, if we buy a 10-piece chicken tenders, do you get a free oil change? So let's check where we were last time. So as for the main quest, we had just gotten ourselves into Constellation, did our first quest with Sarah, and got ourselves integrated with the squad. So now we have our 3 directions we can go. We can go to the Eye and start learning about what's going on that's there. I'm not sure why they'll change the oil into, long as it's not grease, I think it'll be fine. But yeah, we can head out to the Eye to go talk to them about finding some of the artifacts, which is probably what we're going to start doing. We haven't heard anything from Barrett after we left the planet at Argo Extractors, or we can go talk to Samco. But before we do that, let me go ahead and take y'all through my ship. I've made a few changes on it since the last time we played. Some of y'all have probably seen me play this on the Discord and whatnot, but I have made some upgrades onto it. Yes, I've made upgrades, but cats still hit hard. And I'm still in a position to where I can get cooked pretty easily. One day I want to do, and this is kind of like later before we get to the end game, but actually do a stream on just building ships, since this is still my favorite thing to do in this game, is just build it. But as you can see, this is the helm with 2 other seats, well, 5 other seats actually, that goes into it. This piece is one of the most important parts of the ship. This is just a walkway. But to anybody who has ever tried to build ships in Starfield, one of the hardest things to do is to attempt to avoid ladders. And for some odd reason in this game will try everything that they can to connect all portions of the ship with ladders in random spaces. I've also been informed by the legal team from Jeff Steiner that I should spread their slogan, "If all's oil, we will do it." See, this is why the same people who serves you food should not be doing maintenance on your ship. They should not. That sounds way too much like Shade Tree Mechanic. But this is the, what am I looking for? This is the command center right here. And now we're off to the armory. Good thing I don't have a ship, just a bike. I mean, get it how you live, I guess. But yeah, this is my armory, where I got all of my, I won't exactly say this is my best stuff, but stuff that I might use later. Stuff that I won't sell later. But I got all of these racks that are here. And this area is highly important because this goes up to the docking bay at the top of the ship. Layering the walkway pieces on top of each other, I won't exactly say it'll ensure that you won't have ladders throughout the rest of the ship, but there's a lower chance you'll have ladders throughout the rest of the ship. Still haven't finished this part yet, but this is going to be the kitchen. That goes into the living area. Around these parts of the corridors. Ari! Hey, what is going on, Yoshi? Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. Oh, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Ladies and gentlemen, our resident speedrun Yoshi driver, platform queen, the one and only, Ari Berry. Oh, that kitchen would be a great location for future Jeff. But another one of those streamers that I enjoy popping my head in on, and I'm always laughing about something. I think right now you're in the middle of your Nuzlocke for Pokemon. If memory serves me correctly. And how is that going right now? So this is the, this is the science office. This is where I make stuff. Just don't ask questions. That is all. A small break because of the holidays. We're back next week. Right on. Breaks are highly underrated, especially for a streamer. Breaks are highly underrated. So take them when you can. That is my honest belief. Take the breaks when you can. And I'm glad you're taking time for yourself a bit. So we got another living quarters that's sitting here. Now, I still haven't mastered connecting all of the rooms together. So, here's what it is. This is the workshop where I build my weapons and everything else. At one point, I want to build an outpost on the moon, just because. And this is the doctor's office. Reason why I love the doctor's office, or love where I put the doctor's office, is because my attitude when it comes to building a starship is when you're hurt, the first place you need to go is to the medical bay. And I always put my medical bay right by the front door, so you don't have to carry them very far. Now from there, this is my room. There's a reason why that door is closed. Because for some reason, your companions will just meander their way to the captain's quarters. I don't know why, but I closed the door to hopefully keep them out. I am trying to sleep. Go away. So, for those who don't remember, I am also wanted. Not by the cops. No, not by the cops. I am wanted by some mysterious source. In fact, I confiscated a letter from one of them. Allow me to show you. Yes, they do. But sometimes they'll just meander their way into my office. Or into my into my bay and just kind of sit there. That's why you have minimal seating. There's a reason why I have minimal seating there. The only thing that I have right there is a desk and a bed. Where did I put this? Now, how many people have played Fallout 3 in the chat? There we go. So how many people have played? Okay. So you remember Talon Company? You remember the letter from Talon Company? Well, I'm about to show you this one. And it's a tad harsher than what Talon Company said. Oh, guess that one didn't. There we go. To all soldiers of fortune, I want James Curtis Caliber dead. A large sum of credits will be added to your account upon confirmation of the kill. To add to the game, this number will increase by a set amount every week. I know what you're thinking. The longer you wait, the higher the bounty. But ask yourself, will the next hunter be as patient as you? So yes, I am wanted. And for what it sounds like, not alive. So these people want to cook me. I'm wondering if it's Jeff to get rid of his debts for being on my fleet carrier. Because he does owe me back rent. And if I don't get my money by next Friday, I'm booting him off. Okay, now I have to remember that this is not Elite Dangerous or any other flying games controls. I can get to a sun, I will show y'all, or probably whenever I land. So let's warm up by taking out some fleet, shall we? because I have not played this game in probably about a week, week and a half. I've turned it on. But I think just kind of doesn't kill people, nor have they ever killed people in any such previous allegations. Any such previous allegations have been dismissed in a court of law. I don't know. I'm asking questions. I'm being that inquiring mind. That's all I'm saying. All right. Okay. Remember, that's not how that works. That's not how that button goes. So I've asked this question many times before. When switching games of the same style, how long does it take you to get your feet back under you?
All right, let's see what you've got.
Hello, pal. Oh no, we got bounty hunters. Oh, great. Ooh. Come here, pal. Come here. No! Not the defender. Take this. Take these missiles. Yeah. Yeah. As for you, I got a different plan for you, pal. Yeah. Come on now, lock in. Oh no, buddy. Nobody comes after me and gets away with it. But switching games, racing, driving takes me about an hour to adjust to the handling. Any other game is just minutes. Hey, Leo, speaking of our defending champion, the one and only Leo Wolf. Leo, you just missed week 0. Don't ask what I just picked up. It didn't happen. And I forgot I was supposed to change the ammo type on this. And I will be taking all of this. I'm sure you don't mind. Appreciate you made it. What's going on, Leo? Let me go ahead and give you this shout out as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the space engineer, the one that I've learned, I would probably say half of how to play Space Engineers from. At least half of the advanced stuff I've learned how to play Space Engineers from. The one and only Leo Wolf. All right. So, hey, not a problem, not a problem, not a problem. All right, so let me, how do I do this again? All right, undock. Little boy gonna talk to me this time? Nope, that's not. I think all of my defenders got cooked. All right, take this ship as my own. And then redock on the Crimson Hunter. Get back on board. I was lurking since the last race. Nobody died to the lasers. Suspicious. It was, look, I think this, you have to remember, this is year 2 now, Leo. People have learned. There are some people that were not happy that the armadillo came in first. They ready to stand on business. Even the Reapers. It's the year of the So yeah, my question is, will the space engineer repeat? Or will Admiral Hackett have something to say about it? Okay, so let's go pick up this trash and go back to the den. Oh yeah, the question of the day. Yeah. Okay, reason why I asked this question is because I had been streaming Mass Effect Legendary Edition most of the year last year. But when I looked at my Steam recap and saw that Mass Effect was 5th on this account, and to be honest with you, would have not made my top 5 if you included No Man's Sky on my other account. I was shocked. And it made me realize how much time I put into other games. That's what prompted me to ask that question. Dragon Quest VII Remake? I can see that. I think with mine, if I were to rank them by guess, I would say one would be Space Engineers, 2 would be Elite, and I'm only saying just on this account. 3 is going to be Starfield. I honestly, I don't know what 4 and 5 are going to be, but I think 4 and 5 are going to have more to do with, oh no, I am not jumping to that because I have stuff that I don't need to be having. So let me offload this stuff first. Let me offload the contraband that nobody saw. Absolutely nobody saw. But I think honestly, number 4 is probably going to be a game that came out within the last 2 years, like say Jump Space, I'm willing to bet is going to be number 4. Number 5 is probably going to be something new that came out this year. That's what I think my most played games for this year are going to be. If I were to guess. All right, so let me drop off this stuff here. No, I'm not going to shoot up the place. Put the fofo away.
I'll be of service. If there's anything I can do for you, I hope we have what you need.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I need to buy ammo, if nothing else, just to get it off of the books. So there's that. And let's get rid of the thing that we're not going to mention. That is all. We are not going to mention the thing that I just sold. Just know it didn't happen. And since I do not like losing a deal, I can believe it. I am still roughly about halfway through the No Man's Sky story. So one of the things on my that's probably on my list is to finish the No Man's Sky story. So we shall see where the rabbit hole takes us. But I have been enjoying your No Man's Sky playthroughs and whatever shenanigans we get up to. There's still a bunch of things. There's still a bunch of things I would love to show you, but we're not there yet. And I don't want to spoil things for you with it, but I love No Man's Sky. I know I bought it on sale, but if you like space sims with a bit more of an arcadic flair to it, an arcadic, colorful flair to it, No Man's Sky is definitely the way to go. Like when I want more of a story-based type game,
This is UC Security. Prepare to be
yes, no contraband.
Scan complete. You are cleared to land at New Atlantis. Please enjoy your visit to Jemison.
Appreciate it. But yeah, if it's a game that I want some version of a story that's more story driven, shall I say? Yeah, that's where Starfield kicks in. And also if I want to fly a ship and not have to worry about landing, yeah, that's what this is for. Now, I still don't have any of my companions on this ship because I'm waiting. I will go back and get a few of them, but there are some companions I want to get my hands on right, or before I really roll with them. Come on, bro. We got to do better than this. We got to do better than this, pal. I'm realizing that No Man's Sky explains things very well, so only things I'm puzzled about is how to deal with some of the glitches. Like what happened with the starship that I didn't fix. Yeah, I don't think necessarily. Oh, that's right. Did you find it? Did you actually find that ship? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Eye. Constellation's space station. With Vladimir. What's up, Vlad?
We got a Rook on deck. Good to see Constellation getting some fresh blood.
Wait, Rook on deck? Isn't that pirate talk there, my guy?
Former Crimson Fleet. An old Jackalbones would be the term for it, back in my day. Left that life behind me. Even before I signed up with Constellation, I was retired.
Yeah, that was a found ship from a terminal inside a building, if that's what you mean. Yeah, did you, were you able to get it to fix it? Because I know sometimes if you, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Sometimes it will teleport over to your frigate or something. It'll still be on fire, but it'll teleport to your frigate sometimes. I don't remember if you actually found it or not. But yeah, I think...
If you don't want to talk, we don't have to.
Yes, once I had a capital ship, I could deal with it. Okay. So... Good to see you,
Wish I
Vlad.
could have been down at the lodge to see the artifacts come together. But I got a little lost peeking through the eye.
Yeah, I think that was more of an oversight on their part about being able to mark certain things of this is where your other ship is or whatever. Kind of like they do when you leave certain exocraft around, it'll show you where your exocraft is. So I think that it's less of a glitch and more of an oversight.
That one's all on me. The Eye is the nickname for the star station. Think of it as one big telescope.
Somebody should have grabbed you, man. It was incredible.
Probably would have just gotten annoyed at being bothered. I'll catch a smile at our next big revelation. You know there's more to come. Now, this station, the Eye, rigged up for deep space scans. Barrett and Sarah teased out the signs of where our artifacts could be hiding after we caught our second one. But the data takes a slow ride along the Sea of Light. Years or decades between us and the fringes of space without a grav drive.
Okay, so that's understood. I need to check on these leads in person.
You won't be the only constellation out there. Andreja and Mateo are both following up on scans themselves. Mateo went out recently, but Andreja, it's been a while. Hate to pull a worried old man act on you, but I'm an old man and I'm worried.
Okay, so who's Andreja?
Another Rook in Constellation who's making a name for herself. Likes to be on her own. I can relate, so I try to look out for her more than most.
I keep an eye out on her.
She should be
I
at
outscored
one
her.
of the 2 sites I've marked on your star map. Can take care of herself, but we all need backup sometimes. Anyway, hopefully you'll be catching Fortune's smile, and we'll have some more artifacts to take a closer look at. Happy hunting.
So wait, you retired from the Crimson Fleet? I didn't know you can actually retire from that.
Usually doesn't. I'm overdrawn from Lady Luck 3 times over. It's a long tale to tip your ear on, but if you ever wanted to visit, I have a house out there in the Starfield. Thought I was going to see life's eclipse from there, but Constellation swept me away. Haven't been there since we started on the Eye. If you do go there, turn the lights off when you leave, okay?
That's new. That's the first time I've actually seen you able to go to Vlad's house. Honestly, they sound weird, but I didn't think he had one. Like, one that you can actually visit. Which also reminds me, excuse me. It also reminds me, I have to go back. I might as well just go ahead and pick up some of these Constellation members. Why not? Add to the crew for the ship. But I forgot one of the perks that I picked up was I do have a house. I do have a quote unquote dream home.
Wiped off the map by you. Wish there were more good people like you out there.
Appreciate it. All right, so where is... Oh, put the fofo away. I forgot. In other games, that's not the run button. That's the I got that thing on me button.
Can we run through it one more time?
Okay,
Bank
which
makes
one of
personal
y'all?
finance easy. Money, as long as you have some, should never be something to worry about handling. As always, all Galbank transactions are secure and guaranteed.
Okay, so who am I supposed to talk to?
Listen, I have a lot on my plate right now, and you don't look like a new hire stumbling through their first day. Who exactly are you?
Let's see. Starship Captain seeing what New Atlantis has to offer.
Really? Huh. You have your own ship? Oh, this is perfect. Kismet, really. I have a business proposition for you that could help us both out. Very lucrative.
Well, let me disprove that. My question is it legal?
You're a law and order type? Well, this is perfect. This job is literally serving justice. Gal Bank is the aggrieved party, and if you help me, you help all of us.
I might have to talk to my legal representation. So, Zun is what's his name's lawyer around? Is Jeff Steiner's lawyer around?
So you see right through me. You've got a good eye. You are just the person I'm looking for. Well, confession time. I might just be a little desperate. See, the world of credit analysis, dealing with deadbeats and reprobates is, it's a tough field. And what I need is a ringer, someone that can collect some of our top delinquent offenders. What I need is you. You work with me, and the fee you get will be huge.
How many credits we talking?
Oh, I can tell you're eager. That's good. But we'll start small and work our way up to the worst offenders.
You want me to be the repo man? That's what you're asking.
If you haven't noticed, and I'm guessing you have, the settled systems is big. Like really big. Someone gets seriously underwater, they skip the system. And it's a real pain to track them down. Sad truth is, we can't track everyone down, so credit analysis always has a black eye when reporting to the higher-ups.
Okay, so tell me about the mark.
Yes. So, we got a Galaxy-class con man took out a loan to franchise a restaurant. Turns out, surprise, it was a scam, and Dieter Maliki jumps system. Now, he's holed up in a literal shack in the middle of nowhere. Can you believe it? The job is simple. Get Dieter to pay. And we don't want him dead, we don't want him hurt. Just close his account like an honest citizen.
And what happens? I'm asking this for legal purposes, but what happens if he meets the Great Starfield in the sky?
If he dies, then his assets go to probate, and we can get paid. So if he forces you into an it's you or him situation, it's A-okay for Galbank's bottom line if you choose him. But I cannot stress this enough. This is not the ideal outcome. We wanted him liquidated, we'd have put a tracker on him. You may need to lean on him, scare him. Nothing illegal, just talk to him. And don't listen to any sob stories he tells you. Any job I give you, I guarantee there's not some poor sick aunt that needs credits for surgery. These are scofflaws, scum, flagrantly violating the terms of their Galbank agreements.
All right, well, let's go collect some debt then.
I'll send over all the details. You find Dieter and bring his account current. I hate to end on this note, but you know, not everyone's a straight arrow. If you cut a deal with Dieter, honestly, I have no way of knowing. But don't expect any more jobs for me. Best of luck. I believe in you.
All right. That's where is the housing area? Oh, then again, I could probably do that. First, let's go to the actual housing building. And see if it's there.
It's a buyer's market right now. Good time to make a move. Welcome to Feeling Realty. I'm Zora, and I'm here to help with whatever you may need. What brings you in today? Looking to settle down or move up in the world or just window shopping?
Let's see.
I don't blame you. It's a lovely city, the crown jewel of the UC. I'm here if you have any more questions or if you'd like to look at properties.
Okay, so this one
Enjoy your time in New Atlantis.
This one doesn't give me the thing on the train, so I will figure that out later. Put the gun away, pal. What are you doing? What did I tell you about putting the fofo away? That's funny. I wasn't looking and only listening to the stream, but I'm currently looking at new places so the audio should be out. So what, did you think somebody called you? So, Ari, you're looking for a new home, huh?
I am at your service, Captain.
All right. Sarah?
Something you need?
I thought I had a random tab open. All right.
I'm right behind you.
That was playing a video or something. Okay.
Captain, now that you are a member of Constellation, I am at your service. No additional protocols necessary. Also, given the likelihood that you will be out in unsettled space, it might be beneficial to go over exploration outpost development, in case you ever need to build a base for field research.
Which I will be doing later.
Captain James, I will proceed to my assigned post.
All right. Let's see. So, yep, you are on the Crimson Hunter. Sarah, you will also be on the Crimson Hunter. Walter, you have nothing to do here. So, this is Vasco. This is what I changed the mech in No Man's Sky's name to. For some odd reason, I like Vasco.
Greetings, Walter Stroud. How may
Anybody
I
else here to get my hands on?
Just checking in.
Where is Sam? I think I need... I think I need to go talk to Sam.
At present,
What?
all systems are functioning well within
Okay, so he's in
established
here.
parameters.
Right. Well, then.
I cannot wait to meet him. It's been ages since Constellation has had someone new. I wonder what he's like.
Just go easy on him. Being interrogated by a kid ain't exactly the best way to make a first impression.
I'll limit it to the really important stuff, Dad.
This does not bode well. And you must be the latest poor fool to get dragged into our dysfunctional little family.
Let's see. Oh, don't overwhelm me with welcome now. I may never leave.
Just a friendly jab. Small group like this, you'll learn more about everyone than you ever wanted to. Kind of all that family is in a way.
Like more than you'd ever want to know. Hello, kids are around, people. Kuriko, by the way.
Good to meet you, Cora. Glad to see someone so young taking an interest in space.
It helps to have a good teacher. Dad, don't let it go to your head.
Sam? Not let it go to his head. Impossible.
A compliment from little Cora. And it's not even my birthday. Now, let's talk business. Sarah tell you about the expedition?
Only that it was in Freestar Collector Space. That's it.
Sure enough, that's where we're heading. The three of us are heading to Aquila, first settled planet of the Freestar Collective, and, not coincidentally, the home of their capital, Aquila City. We'll land in the city's spaceports, but the frontier's our goal. It's rough country. Spawned a lot of stories. And I got a lead on a tale that makes me think one thing. Artifact.
Think I should know about Aquila?
Yeah, don't piss off the Freestar Rangers. As far as the Collective is concerned, they're judge, jury, and executioner. They're the good guys, but that don't make them any less dangerous. Outside that, just don't be an asshole.
All right, well, let's get to it.
Okay. We'll meet you on board your ship. Talk more when we get there. Once we land on Aquila, it's gonna be you and me. So if you want to do any freewheeling before then, Cora and I will just be riding passenger.
All right. So I think with Sarah, at the very least, on the team. Yeah, so with Sarah at least on the team, I should be able to get more people on my ship. So to those who are not familiar, you have a perk in your skill tree that allows you to add more active people on your ship. But as of right now, I don't have enough points in it. Let's see. Diplomacy. Intimidation. Isolation, negotiation. Huh. I could go with negotiation, but I don't like bribery. I would say isolation, but at the same time, once I get my crew together, I normally take somebody with me. Oh! Wait. Is this the one I'm thinking of? Ship command. Oh, okay, okay. So I still need 3 points into this. Need to put it in something. Let's be diplomatic a bit. Why not? Since I have a point to put in. I'm doing this mainly because the dialogue, the negotiation options on this game, I'm not always the best at. Diplomacy, instigation, intimidation, and manipulation are all social skills that you can activate while your scanner is up. Okay. And if memory serves me correctly, now I've never done that before. Picking a lot of the social options. I did kind of the bare minimum. So this is going to be a bit interesting in trying to use this time around.
Selling art is a bit of an art itself.
All right, so let me switch this up and go back to hunting for Andrasia. My question is, how many people can I get?
Hey there. You look like the planet hopping type. Got any room on your ship for someone like me?
Hey, Marika. Okay, what skills do you have?
Plenty. I'm comfortable on a ship, especially in the gunner seat. I'm also a trained expert with shotguns. I have the certification to prove it.
So you have shotgun certifications, 2 stars in ballistics, and 1 in particle beams. So when you get a companion, you end up getting when you get a companion, their skills are on top of yours. So I have nothing in shotguns. Just having her around makes me better at shotguns. I think I have 2 in ballistics. Now, if she's around me, I now have 4. Whenever I have her as a companion. And particle beam weapons, just because she's on the ship, my particle beams become more powerful.
Aye, aye, Captain. I won't overcharge you. I'm grateful for the offer. I've been out of a job since I left the Freestar Rangers.
Why not? I got the money.
Thanks! I think we'll make a great team, huh?
All right, Marika. On the ship you go.
Thanks for giving me a chance, Captain. I won't let you down.
Now, I think with Sarah on the team, I'm allowed to have more active members. So, Gideon.
Hey, if you're looking for a weapon specialist, I could really use the work to pay off some debts.
Let's see. What kind of debts are we talking?
The kind that need to be paid off quickly, or else I'm in big trouble. And if you don't mind, I'd kind of like to keep the details of that to myself. Unless you're agreeing to hire me, of course.
All right. I better not have, like, the mafia coming after me because you owe somebody some money.
I'm not asking for that much. Just my fair share. Really? I mean, thanks. Sorry, I'm just used to hearing no.
Right, and you are on to the ship.
Thanks for giving me a chance. I'm on my way.
So if I'm looking at this right, so long as Sarah is on the crew, then
Kill for a cup of coffee right about now.
Then I can have up to 8 people on the ship. Weapon away. All right, let's get in here.
There's something.
No, there's nothing we need to talk about. All right.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
On to the ship we go. I will outfit Sarah a bit later. Cargo hold. Let me check. Oh, wait. I don't have Sam here. So I have to talk to him again. I'll do that later. We're not going to Aquila right now anyway. Oh,
I've
that's
things
what I wanted
for
to
you.
do.
How can I be of service, Captain?
This is what I was talking about when I was asking earlier about getting used to the buttons again.
Escape trajectory plotted.
Off we go.
From up here, doesn't it?
Off to Tau City. Now, Tau Ceti, if you're a stargazer like me, it's not it's not necessarily that easy to find.
Out there, grab drive.
Oh, crud.
Target's shields are offline.
United Colonies vessel to unknown contact. We weren't expecting the Ecliptic to have such a presence here. I have a lot of my crew over here that want to send a heartfelt thanks. Any way we can repay you.
You know what? I just noticed this. A little bit of this space battle theme sounds a bit like Jump Space. I'll just take the salvage rates.
Find something valuable in that wreckage. You take care out there.
You too, gang. Don't get yourself murked. I'll grab this last thing here. Find the artifact. Let's find the artifact first. And then we'll find Andreja.
Setting down, everything in the grid.
One thing I do like about this game is how, okay, I know people make fun of the loading screens on this game quite a bit, but one of the things I do like about it is how you can actually kind of set your own loading screen. That's why you see like pictures from other games. You just go into one of the folders that the game is installed on, and one of them will take you to the, okay, get rid of these two. One of them will take you over to the, what is it? The folder with your photos. So any in-game photo, any game pictures that you take, those go onto your loading screen. So any other pictures you want from your hard drive that isn't just, if you want a loading screen that isn't just Starfield, you can take all of your photos from there and put it in that folder, and it'll automatically load those up as potential loading screens. So in a way, it makes it a little bit more bearable. So, since I am taking her with me, I will give her the mercenary outfit. Offline, I am going to offline, I'm going to redo everybody's stuff. Hermione! What is going on? It says just chatting. What game is this? Oh, this is Starfield. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. First stream of the year, and I completely forgot. How you doing, my friend? Welcome in. In fact, let me go ahead and give you the shout out while I am at it. I hope I'm saying it right. I am taking my cues from Manish Moose. On how you say your name, I hope I said it right and not making a fool of myself. Oh! Oh, good luck with that. Yeah, he says it right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Hey, not a problem, not a problem, not a problem.
Good day, Captain.
All right, Sarah, you're going to need... Oh, that's right. I gave you the Ecliptic outfit. You are going to need better stuff. A lot better stuff. If you are going to be rolling with me, so I'm in and out of chat. Hey, that's not a problem. That is absolutely not a problem. We are lurker friendly here. Especially when you're doing something like that. Yeah, I completely understand. We are going to start 2026 off right. You are going to pass your teaching exam, not just barely, but exceptionally. We are going to speak that into existence. Nope, that's not what I want to do. All right, so you need the Problem Solver, Beast Hunter mercenary gear, fastened backpack, and the bolstered helmet. And with the Problem Solver, you need 43 Ultra Mags. And I have a bunch of those in spades since I don't use pistols. Yeah. With this, one thing I love about this, I do love about this game is how much you can modify these guns and stuff. It's like they're realistic looking enough. So it's almost like, I'll say grounded future tech. So it's not Mass Effect-y, super, what is it? Super futuristic or whatever. It's probably what it would look like normally in the future. That's kind of the way that I see it. There you go.
Bye-bye.
Oh yeah, that's right. The other thing about it is, what I love about it is, you can name your guns. This is the doctor, because apparently med kits drop if you murk somebody with this thing. And since you pick up a ton of guns, just like in any Bethesda game, naming them becomes very important. And I mean very important to keep track of which gun is which. Which reminds me, before I do head out, that is one thing I need to get rid of in this game. Because explosive rounds may sound cool, but for what I'm trying to do, it does not. So I have my main weapon, fully automatic, high power, give it explosive rounds, and put in AP. I put in the explosive rounds because I was looking for something that was more AoE based. And the longer I did it, the more I did not like it. All right, so now we got to go to the abandoned mine.
I've heard asteroids
Void mining is some of the most dangerous work in the settled systems.
It is, Sarah. It absolutely is. Anybody here? Oh boy! I'm guessing someone is here. They're laying down landmines. Normally someone here. Whether bad guy or good. Grab that one.
Zeroing in on anything useful?
We're not firing, we're scanning. And doesn't look like there is at least anybody outside. Let's get in here and see what we can do. Ma'am! Ma'am! It's dead!
Identify yourself.
Ma'am! It's dead! He's gone! He's cooked! Let it go! Are you okay?
I am fine. He was clumsy. Made far too much noise. Easy to deal with. You have not answered my question. Who are you?
I'm with Constellation. Vlad sent me to find you.
Ah, good. I suppose I should have guessed. It has been too long since I checked in.
I'm just glad we found you unharmed, Andreja. Vladimir and I were worried.
You are the newest member, yes? Do they often send you to check up on other, more senior members?
Come on, partner. You just got here. I mean, looks like they maybe had a good reason since somebody doesn't like to check in.
Perhaps. I suspect Vladimir worried you might find me on the ground instead of this one. We waste time. We should complete our mission and then we can talk.
And I still have not given her my name on purpose. I don't know you like that. Now see, what good you got your...
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
But what you got on you? Give me this money. And turn on this robot. It's kind of a tradition now at this point.
If I had not mentioned it, I have another package ready for delivery.
All right. Suppose you were due for one. The contents, they're what we agreed on?
Yes, Vladimir and I agreed on what should be included.
That's all fine then. Do let me know if you get a response.
That is highly unlikely, but if it happens, I will be sure and tell you.
The heck are you two trying to smuggle? I do not want to be involved in your shenanigans.
Something bothering you, Andreja?
Yes, actually. I am surprised you know.
Ladies, could y'all stop talking for a minute? I'm trying to sneak in here.
Territory, I suppose.
I'm gonna find you.
Hope I don't find you first.
And once again, we are triumphant.
Uh-huh.
How hard is it to take this guy down?
Barry!
Sir, another notch on my gun.
None of you fired! On that bootleg. Take that. Appreciate it. All right, and down we go. Let me switch back over to the heavy hander. Y'all are not strong enough for me to pull out the big gun. But I will be taking the loot because I am a self-proclaimed loot goblin. And I will take all of this, including the liquor, because I can sell it. If it's there, it can be sold.
Present myself. I feel as though they're looking at me with disdain rather than comradeship.
Toxin and a digibit.
If that is truly the case, why do I often find myself excluded from other
Here. No. Look like it. Right, so I have a whole jacket. All right, I remember what a flashlight is. Let's go. All right. Grab this here ammo. Is this more than exploring a place in space? How are you
easing into?
How do I put this? Hermione, have you have you ever played any of the Fallout games? I guess you have to fight enemies hence gun. Yes. Okay, now I understand what you're trying to say. All right, yeah. So, yeah, you get to... Okay, so if you've seen Maddish's playthroughs of, say, Skyrim or something like that, this is kind of the same premise, except you're in space with a bunch of other systems where you can kind of go wherever you want. And you find random landmarks on any of these planets. And you basically just run through them as if they were dungeons. You might find like little outposts where you can sell stuff on it. Blah, 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 blah. There's other little side quests that's going on besides the main quest. Typical Bethesda stuff where you have the main story, but you have a bunch of other things that in some cases are more tempting to do than the main story. Like when I get to a certain part in the main story, I'm gonna do one of the major side quests for it because there's one companion I want to get my hands on.
Things, Andrasia. Is our mutual acquaintance helping with this new way of life for you?
Callium? Nope.
I would say that the proper adjustments are being
So
the most difficult part is
So yeah, there's a lot of exploration in this game. Probably, I say again, I've said it before and I'll say it again, probably the best attribute of this game is the shipbuilding. So you can build your ship to essentially do whatever you want it to do. You can build a large ship, fill it out with guns. Bang. There we go. 4th, 5th, 15th times the charm. Hey, that grenade didn't necessarily work. But yeah, you can build your ship to do kind of whatever you want it to do. You can also build outposts. There we go. All clean.
Best not to leave anything useful behind.
And things like that. So when this game first came out a few years ago, people were saying, oh, this is Skyrim in space. I wouldn't go that far. I understand why they came up with it. I wouldn't necessarily go that far. They take some aspects of it, but I would say it's more Fallout with extra steps in space than actual Skyrim. But fun fact, this game is actually what prompted me to buy a telescope. Because the map is more based on hard sci-fi, like actual star systems. Some of which that you can see outside. Telescope. Yeah, this game actually prompted me to buy a telescope. Because one of my projects that I was gonna do is I was gonna map the entire star map of Starfield. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I either when I get excited, I talk faster than I normally do, which isn't necessarily slow. But yeah, one of my plans was I was going to, I get to see stars outside my house this week. Yeah, it was clear skies. Yeah, like tonight, not tonight, I think it's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is the first supermoon of 2026. And hopefully the skies are clear because I want to watch it. But also, Jupiter is out now. So if you want to see it, Jupiter is out now. And the Orion Nebula is out. And they're out pretty early. So roughly about, I want to say 7, 8 Eastern. It should, both of them should be above the horizon. So it's not like how I had to do with some of these. Like when I tried to track Arcturus, I was out at 3 in the morning looking for that star. I was freezing. And the only reason why I wasn't tired was because I was freezing. I thought you meant like Tom Cruise. Yeah, no. It was going on, Von Falcon. Welcome in. But yeah, this is why, regardless of how people look at this game will always have a special place with me. Mainly because of that story. And then eventually I moved on to Elite Dangerous, which is another hard sci-fi map, which is a lot bigger. But when things get a bit too overwhelming, when watching the stars, sometimes I'll go back to Starfield to kind of shrink my focus.
I know there are more important things going on, but I need to make another delivery.
All right. Suppose you were due for one.
But yeah, that's why this game, despite its flaws, is, I guess for lack of a better phrase, important. Now, there's no way in the world I would put this, like, say, on the level of, like, Mass Effect or anything. Especially after doing my second full playthrough of the series. But I put games like this in a different context. Or I put it in a different place of my gaming library. So Falcon, have you ever played Starfield? Yes. Here, come on, get up there. Get up there.
Did they have anything of value?
Love Starfield. Only played ME1. I think Starfield crushes it.
Not exactly.
ME2 is the good one. I love Starfield 2. I can see how you got there, though. I can see how you got there, because
Be a pot of gold, but this will do.
ME1, the jump between ME1 and ME2 is so big when it comes to actual play style, actual gameplay, shall I say. It is so much different. There's a lot more dialogue, a lot more talking, a lot more, I guess, traditional, on 360, not the new version, which fixes some stuff. Exactly, that's the other thing. You know, it's a 20-year-old game. It is a 20-year-old game, so yeah. It's a ME1 can be a thing. Yeah, and that's why I said I can see where you're coming from with that. Because coming from a game like this and going into the ME1 system, if you're a loot goblin, ME1 is not the game for you. It is absolutely not the game for you. KOTOR. No, I've watched it played. I've watched it played, but I've never played it myself. When I look at ME1, and I think it's mainly because, hey, Serape Studio, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. Ah, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I can talk about Andromeda and my feelings on Andromeda, but and why I wear this hat, I love it. That's another thing for me. BioWare going from KOTOR to ME1. Yeah, I was introduced to BioWare from Dragon Age. But of course, at the same time, I grew up more with the Final Fantasies and stuff like that. So I grew up with more story-based games. My first Loot Goblin game, honestly, was Fallout 3. Yeah, Fallout 3 was the first Loot Goblin game I ever played. So nice. I started FF7 like a week ago. Yeah, like, oh man. You know what? Hold on. Let me I have to show this. Give me a second. Yeah. These three. The Ultimania archives. This one that goes from 1 through 6. Seven, 8, and 9. And oh, these are art books. These are art books for all of the games in the mainline series, at least up to 14. But when I tell you that was the entirety of my life, I mean that. Like, I literally started with Final Fantasy 1. The original Final Fantasy 1. Yes, yes, yes. Like when I saw how they laid out the books, I was like, that was at like 3 sectors of my life. Me too, one of the first games I played was FF1. Yes! Tried and bailed on ME1 6 years before I discovered Andromeda on Game Pass and threw 4,000 hours at it. Now I'm 2,000 hours into Mass Effect Legendary. Yeah, like, look. Final Fantasy and Mass Effect are the only 2 games I have ever played that have put me in a tear. Like, I have literally cried because of those 2 games. And I'm talking straight up boohoo tears. I'm not gonna ruin it for anybody who hasn't played it. When I say the one that I cried for, it was the MMO. It was the MMO that put me into tears. But Final Fantasy, if you decide to go down that rabbit hole, oh boy. But I think, honestly, because I grew up with that game, hey, we have the first Well, the next artifact.
You're back. You did not respond when I called to you after you pulled out the artifact. Does that mean Barrett's theory and experience were correct? The artifact grants the first person who touches it a vision?
Yes. Yes, it does. Okay, I have to ask this. To Mass Effect players, whenever you see a situation like this where you touch an object and you get a vision, how many of y'all think of the beacon on Eden Prime? How many people instantly think of the beacon on Eden Prime? Yes, not that I've been able to make any sense of them.
The fact that it has happened to both you and Barrett is already more than we had before. I think it is important that we discuss what you saw back there. That man. What I had done.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome to the Nightbreaker Division. It was either you or him, right?
It was, yes. I appreciate that you see it that way. A very practical outlook, not one I find is shared amongst members of Constellation. May I ask what your background is?
Sorry, dog was being noisy. What was the beacon on Eden Prime question? Okay. So whenever you, what is going on, Kicker? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. So whenever you play a game and there's a beacon or an artifact or something that has a vision that goes with it, do you automatically think of the beacon on Eden Prime, the vision that you saw? I was a minor on Argos. You don't need to know about my prior military experience.
I've heard of this company. Small, reckless. Interesting. I do not have experience with this profession, but I have my own experiences with risk.
And Happy New Year!
Seem to be unusual additions to Constellation. Please, I would ask that you not mention to Vladimir the circumstances in which you found me. This is not the first time that Va'ruun zealots have attempted to corner me. If it is known that this has happened again, well, it has been a while since I was given an assignment on my own. I would not want it to be even longer in the future. Do you understand?
You got it. That sounds like a lot of not my problem. That is not my business.
Mom, this means we are in agreement. Thank you. That is good to know.
Like lazy storytelling.
I will
Yeah.
finish here and return to New Atlantis when I can. You should go now, as they will be expecting us.
Yeah, that was that was one of the big things. Like trying to understand the beacon and whatever. Like, one thing I will say, despite its gameplay flaws, it did such a great job to set up the story in the world of Mass Effect and what you are going to be forced to deal with throughout the series. So yeah, I still say Mass Effect is still the best space opera I have ever played. It's still in my, what is it? It's still in my top 3 of, like, ME1 is still my top, what is in my top 3 of favorite games of all time. What I recall, the vision was Reapers and everything. Something along those lines, but we're gonna kind of, yeah, it was a super fast montage. Yeah, we don't want to give away too much, just in case somebody else hasn't played it. But one thing I will say about Mass Effect, the series, if it gets its hooks in you, it's very hard for you to let go. Because, you know, there's a lot of people that are in my channel that have found me because of my Mass Effect playthroughs and stuff. And good googly muggly, they have seen the exhaustion after some of those points in that game. Like, just emotional exhaustion. What do you think, Mr. Pirate? Oh. So that's how you felt, right? Okay. I was not expecting that. All right, let's get out of here. We found Andresia.
Should we search for mineral deposits while we...
Found Andresia. We found the artifact.
We found some type of mining operation.
But at least that answers the question as to why nobody was out there waiting for us, but yet the mines were there. Get on this ship. So Vaughn, you say you love Mass Effect. For ME1, it did have one truly great moment. They explained what Mass Effect is. Like, I get loving the narrative for that alone. Yeah, like they do such a great job when it comes to, you know, building up everything in one, to where it's not one, to me, it's not one of those games that, well, if I start at 2, will it break everything in 1? Like, I mean, you can physically play 2. You know, they do kind of catch you up to speed and stuff, but there are certain moments in that game that, I hate to say this, it means more. Without, you know, for lack of a better phrase, it does mean more than just, you know, I can catch you up with 2. Here's the cliff notes of what happened in Mass Effect 1. You pick what happened at this particular point and whatever. Because I won't say what mission it was, but there's one mission, and some of y'all have heard me tell this story before, but by the time it got done, I was so much in disbelief, I literally sat on the floor of my apartment in tears. Like, I can't believe I let this happen. You know, to say I did not feel good after it was over would be an understatement. So when 2 and 3, well, specifically 2 came out, I was locked in. I was absolutely locked in. Because I was pretty hot by the end of 1. All right.
Liftoff looks good.
So Vaughn, quick question. I talked about my favorite part of this game. What's yours? I'm curious.
Apogee kick complete. Orbit steady.
What would you honestly say is your favorite part of this game? Oh boy. It is on. Is it? Might have been. Oh, yeah, I was. Never mind. I stand corrected. But yeah, I do like how they explain like the science of certain things in games, especially when it's based more on hard science. Favorite part of Starfield, I mean, I'm addicted to the shipbuilder in photo modes. Yeah, look, anybody who has played Starfield will probably say that exact same thing. And this may be a hot take, but I like the shipbuilder in Starfield more than I like the shipbuilder in No Man's Sky. I do. Not to say it's bad or anything, because the No Man's Sky one, the Corvette builder,
Let's cycle that airlock and get
is very good. But I personally do think the shipbuilder in Starfield is just better. Like, I have literally built the Normandy with this. Like, this is my second. I haven't tried the No Man's Sky shipbuilder, but the game's improvement is impressive. Yes. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is absolutely a revelation from what I heard at first launch. Because I started playing like the No Man's Skies and the Elite Dangerouses. I started that in January. So it's been a year since I've started both games and whatever, but going to No Man's Sky specific, the shipbuilder is find the artifact on so I think I went to the wrong place. I'm gonna say. Yeah, I think I went to the wrong place. I know what this place is. And that's not the place I'm supposed to be going to. Yet. I will come back to that place later. Put the gun away. But yeah, the game's improvement is it's very impressive. I personally have had a blast with No Man's Sky. With it, it's different. It's a different vibe, and like I put different space games in. And some of y'all have heard me say this before. I put different space games in different places. I don't like to rate games. I just don't. I don't like to like, oh, this game is better than this one or whatever. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I do it at times, but in order for me to say a game is, in order for me to say a game is bad, it has to be like egregiously bad. Like the game has to make me like honestly angry. Like I just don't want to play this anymore.
Docking seal released.
But different games I put in different contexts. And I take it for what it is. I do take it for what it is.
Landing site locked.
So now, Vaughn, I have to ask. Yeah, I'm the worst gauge for rating games. All I care about is mechanics. So you can have the most breathtaking visuals and story, and I'm voting Rocket League higher. Okay. So you've already kind of answered my question. So let me ask this. Where do you rate mechanics, visuals, story, and music? And for whichever one that is in first, how lenient are you on it? Satuna! Satuna. Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't do the blue thing. I don't have that voice. I am too much of a bass. I am far too much of a bass. Another member of the Spectre Status gaming community who was last time chasing ghosts and being a Ghostbuster. But for me, I would say...
Do you require my assistance?
No, just in games in general. Just in games in general. Stay on task, stay on task, stay on task, stay on task, stay on task. Stay on task, stay on task, stay on task. Okay, I have to say this. The difference between playing Starfield and playing Elite Dangerous. At least one big difference between them is you. Okay, mechanics and controls are king and technically all that matter to me. Sound, visuals, and stories are great. Like if all you have is sound and visuals, make a movie. Video game is defined by the fact play it. Okay, so how lenient are you on mechanics? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how low on the bar does mechanics have to be before you say, no, this is trash? And in saying, I'm gonna give you some time to answer that. I will be right back. Okay, I am back. To answer your question, I am using the advanced AA. Oh, good. I think Come on. Yeah, I'm using the advanced AA. I actually have 2 of them. I actually have 2 of them that I'm using right now. Give me a looking up something. Oh. Close. Yeah. All right, well, something I'll figure out later. All right, appreciate the lurk, Dub. But yeah, it's a drop that you can get from just one of the outposts lying around. But I have 2 of them. One of them is a long range version. I turned it into a sniper rifle. I put up the medium scope and such. The other one is my main weapon, the heavy hander, which is the other AA that I got my hands on. And then I have a third weapon. This is more for when static gets a bit crazier. But this is the mag pulse that I call the doctor because apparently med kits drop when I murk people with it. But let this be a friendly reminder. I'm pretty strict in terms of is it the game I want to play? Like, good example is maybe Uncharted. Can't stand those games despite Universal. Oh, I just picked up a Magpulse. Magpulse is fun. Magpulse is fun to use. She made it. Sarah? Love that the mag guns kind of all sound like they're sneezing. It's not the Mag Storm, but it's the other one, the assault rifle version of the Mag. Ooh, somebody got cooked. Mag Shear, yeah. Because I know the Mag Storm is the two-handed. Mag Storm is the two-handed. The handgun version is kind of like the Magpulse, just one-handed. Little pal. Rule number 1, keep your head on the swivel.
We don't stock up on junk.
No, I don't. No, I don't. What else y'all got in here? Go ahead and yoink this. The Expanse. I am chomping at the bit for that game. You done the Mantis Quest, you get a skin for the max. I did not know. Answer of the day, House Flipper 2. Hermione, I have House Flipper on my iPad. I love House Flipper on my iPad. The only reason why I haven't played House Flipper 2, because at one point I wanted to do something called Chat Builds a House, and I wanted to get enough money in game to where everybody has a room, and basically y'all built a house. But I love House Flipper. I love House Flipper. It's one of those games that I love to just kind of relax to. But I can see it. I can see it. Now, Vaughn, you were talking about mechanics in game. On a scale of 1 to 10, if the mechanics of the game is a 7, six and a half to 7, I can deal with it, mainly because I am highly patient. I need the story mainly because I need to know what's going on. I need to know. It was one of the reasons why I was so irritated with Once Human. And there's a certain person in the chat that absolutely knows this, but it was like you drew us in with this one scenario and then basically just completely dropped it. And it was highly annoying. the mechanics wise of it was okay. Not bad. But at the same time, it's workable. But when you just kind of leave me off a cliff, you know, leave me on the cliffhanger and whatever, and just says, okay, and now we're just gonna kind of just keep resetting everything. Yeah, that irritated. So I would put it in order: story, music, then gameplay. I get that. I think most people prioritize story. Yeah, just, it didn't have to be a super deep story. Like, my most played game on my Steam library is Space Engineer. It doesn't have necessarily a story, but it's enough to give me my own. That's it. I don't need, you know, I don't need Shakespeare. I just need enough for my, because I grew up as a writer. I can fill in a lot of the other gaps of a story in my own head. Like, in every game that I play, there's a story within the story. Heck, most of this channel, like, I know it doesn't make sense, but this guy, James Curtis Caliber, The Adventures of Curtis, Hero knows. A lot of my space, I think all of my space characters are quote unquote descendants from my Final Fantasy 14 character. Thus, the last name Caliber. Yeah, great story can massively improve. Hello, pal. South of Midnight story plus music is just a chef's kiss. I love it so much. Yeah. Yeah, great story can massively improve a game. It's just not necessary to a great game. Yeah, it's
Don't leave any of that behind.
It's, trust me, I completely understand with it. If your mechanics stink, then the game is just unplayable. Like, the only time I've ever played a game, where the mechanics just annoyed me so badly to where I just never finished it, was an old PlayStation game where the fight mechanics on it were so tragic. I couldn't play it anymore. I absolutely just, I couldn't. And it makes me angry. It made me angry every time I thought about it. Logic agent. Nope. Gonna leave. That is the only bread I'm gonna leave. All the other bread that could be spent. So many PS1 controls were among the worst ever of much of that era converting to the new. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's one of the advantages of growing up playing turn-based games. And to be honest with you, I think my expectations are not very high, honestly. Because I've said this many times, Starfield is probably the greatest 6 out of 10 game I have ever played. And yeah, I will, 6.5 is the highest I will give Starfield. Just as a game. When I want to go left, I hold right. Yeah. It's the run button in this game. It is the run button because in No Man's Sky, running is the other thumbstick. And I'm so used to the Bethesda run. That's why you kept seeing me pull my gun out in town. Because I've been playing both Starfield, or not Starfield, but Elite Dangerous and No Man's Sky. And the button that pulls out your gun is the run button in those games. So let me ask this to the chat. All of us have played some version of Space Game. From what it sounds like. Some level of Space Game. Or at the very least, watched other people play it. If you were a random character... Under fire! If you're a random character in one of these games, what could you see yourself being? An explorer? A mercenary? A business person? Or a pirate? Like, I'm not talking, okay, I get to be Commander Shepard or whatever. Chunks employee. Okay, I'm curious. That's a new one. Why Chunks employee? You have me intrigued. I've asked that question before, and I think you're the first person to say that. Though, now that I think about it, I have somewhat of an idea as to why, but... I'm curious. Go for a little bit longer. I think we're going to finish this. I knew I should have grabbed my other gun. Come on. I really lived. Get rid of this idiot real quick. Ah, there you go. If I really lived in this world, I doubt I'd amount to more than I'd have in the real world.
Find anything useful?
Honestly, if it were me, I honestly think I would be more like my Starfield, my Elite Dangerous character than I would be any version of like Super Warfighter or something like that. I think honestly I would attempt to be more of a explorer that scans planets. And whatever. Because that's what I do most of my time in Elite Dangerous. I spend most of my time just doing exobiology. So going to different planets in different star systems, way out hundreds of light years from me, and scan planets and bring back the data to get paid. The best thing about it is I don't get into fights doing that. Like my current explorer ship in Elite, the only weapons I have I enjoy it. I enjoy it. The learning curve can be a bit much. The learning curve can be a bit much because they do kind of drop you off in some ways and tell you to figure it out. Right? Nope. They don't. But I heard it's rough if you go out too far, like you can lose a ton of progress. Okay. All right. I had to pause the game for this. There was a story I read because I'm still all right. Let's start off like this. You know how the Starfield map is, right? So I can give you some kind of illustration. So let's look at the Starfield map. Let's say this area between Sol, Volley, probably from like Sol to Porrima, and Cheyenne to Volley. That's the equivalent of what is called the bubble. That is the settled systems of Elite Dangerous, right? And a lot of that stuff has already been, in the 10, 11 years that game has been out, a lot of that stuff has already been discovered, scanned, and all this other stuff like that. You can still make great money doing it, but at the same time, yeah. There are places very far out that no player in the 10 years of that game being around has ever gone to. And you can make a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money with that type of information. Here's the problem. When you crash in that game, or when you die in that game, when you respawn, all of that data that you had is gone with it. I have read multiple stories of people saying they had close to $1 billion in credits just from scanning plants. And they went to a planet with a high gravity because they were just kind of cruising along. They went to a planet with a very high gravity. And they were landing like normal, and their ship basically torpedoed into the ground and exploded. That person said, I turned the game off. When I respawned, I turned the game off. I didn't want to look at Elite Dangerous. I was actually this close from deleting the game. I just had to leave. That's it. I just had to leave. And everybody else was like, I get it. Cat was like, I was close to about 6,000 light years from 6,000 light years from the bubble. Cat was like, I was out here for a week and a half just scanning. When that crash happened, I wanted to drink. So, yes. You can lose a ton of progress. You can lose a lot of progress. I had about 450 million in scanning, in scanning details and stuff like that. And I'm just kind of jumping from system to system, minding my business and all this other stuff like that, right? And I get to one planet and I'm getting ready to land. And I get to about 2,000 meters from the ground. And by this point, I am, kind of doing my usual landing routine to where I'm starting to come in at more of a shallow angle and stuff like that. And I normally get to about 400 to 500 meters from the ground before I actually start landing. Right. So I'm at 2K and I'm trying to move my ship and it's not working. And I'm like, what is going on? Why is my ship not moving? And I'm getting closer and closer to the ground. And the only thing I'm thinking of is I have almost 500 million in data sitting in this ship. This can't happen like this. This cannot happen like this. And I get to about 200 meters from the ground and I just accept my fate. I just put my controller down. Like I have unplugged it, plugged it back in, and I've done everything I could to fix this. I just kind of put my controller down and I'm like, this is about 6 hours worth of work. And I'm gonna have to do all of this again. And then I go through the planet. And I remember I was on Discord with one of my buddies and I'm showing him, it was like, I've gone through the planet. I didn't explode. What the heck is going on? Come to find out, Elite was going on server maintenance. It has been the only time I have ever played video games that I was like, thank you. Thank you. Because I was gonna be hot. And then when maintenance was over, I logged back in. I was still outside of the planet. But Elite, just like anything, it has its flaws. It is one of those games where you can run into enemy ships far out too, right? I think that's just the stories I've heard. Yeah, if there's 3 ways of playing it. You can play in a private server, you can play solo, or you can play in open. So sometimes you'll run into players out in the black that may murk you. You may run into NPCs, or you can run into the elite dangerous version of the Reapers. Let me explain something to you. I had to go out to one of these places in order to get some high level parts for my ship. And I was shaking the entire time because I was in my travel ship. Like I said before, I have no weapons on that ship. So if I get into a fight with anybody, I'm cool. No, let me take that back. No, I was actually in my fighter ship. Problem is, my ship is built to fight enemy ships, not the Reapers. If the Reapers would have seen me, the amount of cooked I would have not been funny. But it is one of those games that you effectively can, they give you the basics of what to do and you just kind of do what you want. Once you get the hang of it. Too late? It is too late, champion of Lordaeron.
Show me what you've got.
There's no saving you.
Whoa, where did they go?
If you're searching them, make it quick.
I'm working on it, ma'am. I'm working on it. Oh, you're already cooked. And I can't shoot you right now. But yeah, I have had a ball with that game. But of course, I just love space games. It's one of the reasons why I said, like at the beginning of the stream, I eventually want to sink my teeth into Star Citizen just to see what it's about. But I'm not, pal. I told you, champion of Lordaeron. Wrong one. This is the one drawback of having the same style gun have two different purposes, kind of lose track of which one is which. Oh, explosive calibrated Beowulf. Okay. Love me a Beowulf. Yeah, I like the Beowulf. The actual sniper rifle one, I don't. Hey, Pantera! Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Happy New Year! The Legend of Gems of War. Okay, Vaughn, so what is...
That control center on the far side of the bridge.
So what is your go-to style of weapon? Not one particular, but what is your go-to style of weapon? The reason why I frame it like that is there is a certain weapon that is a bit of a spoiler for people who haven't played this game that I don't want to give away.
There's a huge difference between being prepared and carrying too much.
Sarah, that's why you're here, my friend.
I'll only carry the good stuff. Just kidding.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good, my friend. DMR, I suppose, BGS, gamers kind of build for stealthy sniper builds. Gotcha. I'm gonna have to keep that one around. I'm gonna have to keep that one around. I am partial to assaults because I've grown up as a tank in a lot of games.
So long.
I typically play tanks, so give me heavy armor, assault rifles. And I am way too loud to be playing snipers. There is a reason why my old gamer group used to call me the Diversion. Yes, I am the one. Okay. But yeah, I am the one you call for those non-stealth missions. Or at the very least, you need somebody who can take punishment and lure people away from you. Like, I'll never forget this. I was were playing I was playing laser tag. Oh, good grief. This was years ago. I was playing laser tag with a couple of friends of mine. And I was trying to hide. Right? And one of my buddies found me. And he was like, bruh, we gotta do better than this. It's like, why? You do know you are too doggone big and too doggone tall to be hiding from nobody. You are not a croucher. By no stretch of the imagination. It's been a while since I played multiplayer. Oh man, it's been forever since I played laser tag. Yeah, I used to have like a laser tag setup and whatever. My biggest advantage was I was always fast. I was always fast. I wasn't the shiftiest, but there is no way in the world I am sneaking around nobody. I remember using mirrors on the ceiling. Who had no clue. Look. I will never forget this. I used to play Unreal Tournament. It was probably the last FPS I really played. But I used to play Unreal Tournament. And my favorite weapon in that game was the flat cannon. I missed where I was supposed to be. But my favorite weapon was the flat cannon. And there was this area in one of the maps where you had a small thing of water going under a small bridge where the flag was, right? And my job was to be in charge of making sure nobody took the flag. So what I did was I hid in the water, stayed underneath the bridge to where nobody can see me. So somebody came in, took the flag, and all I heard was, oh, this is free eats. If you've ever seen that one part in Rambo where Rambo hops up out of the water in slow motion and starts firing, that was me. I hopped smooth out the water with that flat cannon, cooked them, put the flag back, and hid back in the water. Somebody finally caught on. So in that same area, there was a small corridor or a small little pocket going around a corner. So I would sit there and one of the guys, because we was playing on the land part, playing as a land back in those days. It was early 2000s. But nope, not the long reach. Give your hand. I'm on up. But in that land party, one of the guys was like, he's in the water. So I go hide in the little cubby hole in that corner right before you get to the flag. So the guy runs past me, goes in the water. He's like, he's not here. You might be assaulting. So he grabs the flag. I come out of that pocket, bloop, put him down, put the flag up. By the time we got done with the session, most of the group that played on anybody's team but mine wanted to fight. Like, bro, where do you be hiding? I'm not gonna tell you. I can't tell you. It got to the point, I remember, because we had this little community area. in our dorm and work area and stuff where we would go to. And this guy would, he got a few of his buddies together and just went into that area of Unreal Tournament and just kept playing that map just to find out where I was hiding. That was the only map in that game I was actually good at stealth. Other than that, I'm not sneaking up on nobody. Yeah, I am not sneaking up on a soul. I used to tell people, if I sneak up on you, that's a you problem. I love the fast movement in those games. Yes. I have to be in a certain mood to play FPSers. Nope, not down here.
I'm sure they had something we can use.
Taking it, it's not down here. You know what? I could be smart next time. You know, scanner to help direct me to it. That would kind of help. Telling me probably hold some backpack. Ah, there it is. Let's go. So we're gonna grab this, and I think that's going to be the end for today. But Vaughn, I'm normally streaming on Fridays at 2 Eastern. And right now, we're going through a full playthrough of Starfield. So anytime you want to hop by, that's normally when that time is. Hey, not a problem, not a problem. Hey, Vaughn, thank you. Appreciate the follow. Welcome to the Nightbreaker division. And also, thank you for the banner. Especially on a game that I consider more my guilty pleasure, I guess. Or closer to a guilty pleasure than anything. Sarah. Sarah. Yeah, yeah. This is a hard hat area. You know what? I'm gonna clean this off. Sarah, you're getting real close to my work area. And if you get hit, I don't want to hear anything. But, all right, let's go catch these vibes. Touch the artifact, assuming direct control. If you know, you know. All right. I think we have gotten pretty much everything out of this. Come on. There we go. Pretty sure I'm gonna need this one for something. All right. So that's it for that. Let's get out of here. Let's bounce. Now, one thing I've always wondered, I wonder if they would ever come up, because I know there's like, you know, the Skyrim Together mod and stuff like that. I wonder if people would ever come up with a Starfield Together mod. Because the one thing I have always, wished in, like, say, Skyrim or, any of these types of games is I wish I could play basically a player 2 type thing. That's the one thing about Bethesda games I wish they had. Fallout 76. I've flirted with the idea of playing 76. But
See if they've got any weapons or ammo.
But it's just time. Especially considering it's an MMO. And I've already talked about this earlier about being an FF14 player. And it's not the problem of MMOs. It's if I sink my teeth into an MMO, I'm already in it. Like, I am in it. This open. Wait a second. Never got into the MMO. I tried ESO, but didn't get very far. Yeah, I like MMOs. I like certain MMOs. I like it. In some ways, it's kind of like with streaming. I like it because I get to meet people that I normally wouldn't. And in some ways, I get to meet people that I don't have to explain a lot of things to. And whatever, but also at the same time, I also recognize that MMOs are very time consuming. MMOs are a commitment. And if you're not ready for that commitment, and I'm not talking just like day to day, I'm talking like for one play session, depending on the game. I don't like how they feel like work. I'm not a hero, I'm a nerd. You're 50 dudes flying mouse and flaming swords. Like, how about the guy that saves the world instead of? How about that guy saves the world instead of me? Yeah, it's it can be a lot. I think with me, when it comes to playing MMOs, It's more like I get to play with my friends. Sorry, Sarah. It's more I get to play with my friends than I get to be the hero. Like, I'll never forget this. I was playing Final Fantasy XI, my very first MMO. And I had some friends that I would honestly sit there and RP stuff, get into that, I get it. Yeah. Like, we would just sit around. We would just sit around and just talk about each other's day. Like, you know, how'd your day go? Blah, 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 blah. Some people were in school. Some people were just coming home from work. And there would be days, honestly, we would sit there and sit around this campfire in one of the parts of the town. And all we would do is just sit there and talk. That's it. We would party up. Bye. And I don't think we would actually move the entire time. We would just sit there and chat. Wasn't like some version of RPing or whatever. It was just, these are the friends I've made that we're all in different parts of the planet.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
But yeah, the game I do that in is Minecraft. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But my thing is, and it's kind of like a bit of a staple of my channel, if you find a game fun, don't let people talk you out of it. Or as I say sometimes, because you want to is a perfectly valid reason. There's nothing wrong with playing a game because you feel like it or because you like it. And it doesn't have to be Game of the Year worthy. If you like this game, you have your reasons. And there's no reason to be ashamed of it. Okie dokie. So let me do this last thing real quick. So that is going to be the end of our playthrough of Starfield for today. We'll be back next week over on the Red app. Also streaming this on Twitch, but we'll be back doing more, finding more artifacts, getting into more shenanigans, finding more pirates to get rid of. I'm not saying anything. And stuff like that. So y'all take it easy. Much love. Happy New Year. And I will holla at y'all next time.